Shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Rooted in Hebrew. My name is Mike. I will be we'll be discussing these days of they're being judged. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. We have this hmm, this fire that's going that's ripping California apart. The West Coast, excuse me. It says like at almost 3,000 acres and counting. I tell you, there's a whole lot of stuff that's going on in this world, uh, and it deserves our attention. I mean, we can sit up here and say, well, not we, the world will hand it over to global warming. They're trying their best in anything possible to keep things up under that banner of global warming. This is what they're doing. I mean, we should be used to it. Hey, this is what this is what they want to tell the masses of people, and they're doing just that. And it's like they're literally leaving people leading them blindly to a place they're going to regret. Now, I was looking at I was trying to figure out how to add videos to this thing, but I'm working on my phone. Man, I meant to do that. The next time I'm gonna do it through my laptop, and I think I can do it a lot better through my laptop to add some videos to it, just for you brothers and sisters to see some of these things. Now, this is what they got going on. Is something else. Shalom, Sister Nisi. I'm glad you made it in today, sis. Nice to have you in. Hold on just for a moment. I got this thing on. Yeah, that's right. It's good. So this is what we're seeing. Along with that, we have hold on, let me do this real quick. We have a lot of different things. We're gonna say they have a lot of things going on the judgmental side. There's a lot of things that's happening. One, I mean, now it's the thing that's getting the news is this raging fire. I never thought that wind spur up fires like that, but then the fire that's taking place over there and on the West Coast, that's like that's all the rich people over there, and they were showing like bulldozers because people would just get out of their cars and trying to find safety, and the bulldozer went right in and started clearing up those, making a path and just shoving these cars like it's snow. And now I think that those people now they're starting to see, hey, this stuff is real. But it seems like well, how could I say, something is always happening. I mean, if you go back last week, it's the fog, whatever they want to call that stuff. It was that they trying to figure out what is this stuff that's just hanging around, not necessarily in the sky, on the ground, and it's just sitting there. Now, I mean, this fire on the West Coast, and they should be truthfully. It's like That happens every year. I mean, for the last couple of years, yes. There's always been a fire over there. Then they go and leave. They find shelter. Once the fires are put out and everything, they get comfy. They go right back to building, and then they right back on fire. Yeah, I tell you. Oh no! All right, there we go. That's what I've been noticing. But with all of this that's going on, it should be something that should be ringing a bell with us, because I mean, hey, we look at scriptures, and when the scriptures say, "When you catch sight of these things, know that I am at the door." So that's what we look at it, and we do not hand it over to what they call global warming. No, we don't do that. And now they're talking about a new virus that's over there in China. I tell you, um, it's like you got to keep your head literally on a swivel. Shalom, Sister Linda Cross. Yes, you got to keep your head. You got to keep your. I mean, but at the same time, while you still watching what's going on, you cannot let it overtake you. You can't, because if you keep on looking at all of the stuff that's going on, shoot, I seriously believe it would literally drive some of us crazy. Seriously, because and then there's a lot of people out there, they just see stuff and they go to an exaggeration. So you have to move very wisely. You got to move very discreetly. You got to have discernment. You got to have these things, because when it do hit, and it's something of a magnitude that we should be paying attention to, that can lead us um, down the wrong direction. That can lead us down to in the wrong direction, because we were saying, I mean, we can look at it and see what's happening, but yet it's still the media will like saturate these different platforms with different things. Now you go on, oh, YouTube is the worst. You can go in there, you see um you got everything about revelations now. Everybody got to take on revelation. But now I'm gonna say this to Hebrews. The Most High said, "Ask Him, and He will teach you." Now, whether you want to believe that or not, that's going to be up on you. But if you believe what the Most High says, that He will teach you, listen to Him. Listen to Him. He will teach you. There's a lot of things that these people out here pushing out. It's just ridiculous. You know, and you have to be on guard always. It's like you got to protect your heart, your mind, your soul, as if this is the most precious thing that you can ever have. That's how you have to protect it. You got to be cautious of what you let in your house, your mind. Because I mean, you got people around here that's shoes. They go to school to learn how to speak and how to twist words just to get you thrown off. If they can get you thrown off a little bit, they'll have you right. What just happened? Because they got a gift, and it could be. I mean, hey, let's call it a wicked one. Because that not what religion do? They twist things very badly. I mean, if you go back, you look at religion, you'll notice that religion twisted. How is it Now I can say this to awaken Hebrews, because if I say this, you'll understand. Romans chapter 11, and it speaks about, Paul is talking about how Israel is not done away with. Matter of fact, the first two verses, because you know, Paul was saying that, the question came up: has the Most High done away with His people Israel? And Paul came back and said, "Certainly not. For I am of the bloodline of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin." And so, but what do the terrorists say? The terrorists go right back in, have that scripture right before their face, and say, Israel is done away with. This is what the terrorist preaches. Now listen to me when I say this. Shalom, Sister Pixie does. The terrorists are preaching that Israel is done away with. And you know the sad thing about it, brothers and sisters, we believed it. We once believed it. Because we did not know we was Israel. Yeah, it was easy for us to believe it. I mean, damn, y'all, yeah. Israel done away with. Because we like, that's those people over there? Okay. But then when they told us, hey, don't be seeking riches and things of that nature, your reward is good in heaven. When you die, oh, you gonna be with the Most High. And then Yahusha, he came right back and said this, that his people are naive when it comes to money. He said that. We were naive when it came to money. We wasn't smart because we didn't have like say for instance, we didn't understand the investments of the world because we was living for the day of vengeance. We wasn't storing up, even though we were still living. We was not storing up for the future. You still have to use common sense, even if he is the land. We still got to live that way. And because this right here falls right back to it when it says, my people are destroyed due to a lack of knowledge. And I can almost guarantee you, we can go and talk to some brothers and sisters and they be like, if I would have known what I know now, I would have did things different. I would have did things different when I was younger or when I had that type of money coming in. I got that same regret. I do. When I had not necessarily when I had my business, even before then, I was working with two major companies, phone companies rather. And then I broke off and did my own. Yes, I mean, yes, I was just rolling in dough. Because if I knew what I know right now, if I would have knew that years ago, I'm quite sure a lot of us would have had something going on in Africa. I know for a fact. But when the Most High woke us up, that's when that light went off. Bing! And hey, and we're living proof right down to this very day. You have who's that? Stepping Stone. Well, Stepping Stone, they doing things too. But it's what's the hell of my name? Journey with us. Yeah, they giving you enlightenment as to how the best way to move your money, the situation and what's going on the continent, and how they are moving it, and how they are trying to help brothers and sisters to go about doing business on the continent. And don't get me wrong, there is a measure of less stress if you do it that way. It is. And like we all know, money is used only just for protection. That's all. Well, I can't say that's all like it's minor, but that's what it's for. But when you break it back down and you take that, you take what we know now, it's still applied to what's going on over there in over there in California. What is it? California, LA. It's one, the West Coast. Put it that way. That's where these fires are going on. At first, when I was looking at the videos, I thought it was lava. That's what I thought it was because they got some hills there. So I'm thinking, like, is that lava? Because the grass is just, you know, uh, it was like I thought there was, I thought it was lava, but I said, no, that's the grass just being burnt. But then they trying to get out. Some of the houses was on fire and everything, and they go tell me it's windy, and I was like, whew, uh-uh. They getting up out of there. They hopping out of their cars, and like I was saying, they had a bulldozer moving cars out of the way just to clear the roads for other traffic. And I was just like, wow. And so evidently, yeah, it had to be serious enough for the people to get out their cars and start footing it because it was like they was in traffic, they wasn't going nowhere, and they deemed it to themselves that it's best for to get out the cars and just start walking. But one thing I would say, brother, one thing they did say, one thing they understood, they come to understand their life was in danger, and they left some possessions behind. They left some possessions behind. Now, the same thing is going to apply to us. It's going to apply to us too. Are we ready when it gets to that point? Are we ready to leave some things behind? We're not going to have everything. We're not going to be leaving with everything in an emergency scenario. Now that's a different story when it comes to not necessarily fleeing, because what do they call it? When the Most High said that his during this, I'm gonna call it an Exodus, Israel, because it is that. This second Exodus, or this final Exodus, or this final leaving, whatever. Uh, we will be taking things, and it would appear that, hey, this could be a time where the world is going to recognize, hey, they can take what they want to take, because the Most High said it. It would appear that there's going to be a measure of understanding between this nation and other nations. Matter of fact, it ain't just America. This is not just America. That it's going to be a time where all of his people grab what you want and let's get out. Shalom, this is Van P. And we getting right there to that. What is this? SCP Prime. How you doing? I'm got a cold, but I'm doing. I'm getting over it. But shalom. But this is what's happening. Now, along with that, you're having brothers and sisters. What's going to pop off on the 20th? I do not know. From what I was looking at, also on the news, that what's his name? Trump. They're trying to give him time. I'm like, well, man, hold on. Because truthfully, I forgot about those that case he called. Because I'm sorry, man. You know what? He ain't going to jail. But they trying to give him time. Now, how are you going to go into office, and before you go into office, you go to jail? What are you going to do? He going to be the first president behind bars? I mean, is that what I'm seeing? Or is the world gearing itself up for a major conflict within itself? That's what I'm seeing. That's all I'm seeing. Is this what they want to use as a stepping stone into the war that they want? And then at the same time, it's something about Greenland that Trump won't. Some about um, mm, something to do with the root of good, the travel, and and that's what it seemed like. He's ready to go to war with. I'm like, wait a minute, go to war. I mean, is he changing the spice of wars? There's a whole lot that they are trying their best to undertake. Now, at one moment, brothers and sisters, that was some new. Yeah, no, you're right about that. Now, the Most High is putting in some work in California. Yes, he is, and got those people running there running like a chicken with their head cut off. You know, and at the same time, what? I'm not saying that you know, like last year or whatever, they go right back and they build. Now, I think things are going to be a whole lot different going forward because the judgments are becoming a little bit harder. Shalom, Sister Monica. Those judgments are coming in a whole lot harder now, a lot, and it's too much. In the whole, there's a lot of stuff happening at one time. Where truthfully, you just can't concentrate on one thing now. You cannot have just one thing. You have multiple things. Now Trump is upset. Or he's trying to overtake something. And then they saying that Canada should be a part of the United States. Uh, what? They have a whole lot that they're putting in this pot that they're cooking up. You have issues within a nation. You have issues that are brewing up in a nation. You have a political party who does not want this man in power. And it would appear that they're doing their very best to make that so difficult for this incoming president, which, mind you, it's none of my business. I'm just stating what I'm seeing. How they want to go about getting that popped off, that's going to be between them and themselves. But it's going to affect the people. Shalom, Sister Anita Williams. Shalom, Sister Kathy. It's going to affect the people, no matter how you look at it. We're going to be affected by it. Whatever action they bring about, brothers and sisters, let's just say hypothetically speaking. Let's just say hypothetically speaking that they figure out a way how to keep Trump out of the office. Let's just say they did that. What is the other people going to do? What about his people that's following him? How do you think they're going to react? You think January 6th was something? And now, mind you, now that's one of the times where, whew, man, they have a faith. And when I'm listening to me when I say this, brothers and sisters, or let's just say they had a faith of January 6th of last year that they knew that the government was not going to touch them. They had a faith. Yes, they did. And it seemed like that faith, it paid off. They went in and started busting out windows, kicking down doors, overtaking security guards. Now, I'm gonna say this now, and I know we said this some time ago, last year, whatever. Let that be in the Million Man March. Let that be that time when when the brothers had the Million Man March, and we came in and did anything. If we just did something close to that, it would have been a bloodbath. It would have been a bloodbath. So now, take that, take that incident of January the 6th. Let's move it up to today. And now let that situation where that inauguration for the 20th does not happen. What do you think those people are going to do? January the 6th will be a joke. It's going to be a joke. Yep, you're right, Sister Kathy. That's what that's their doing when it's all over said and done. That is their doing. And these are just what ifs. These are just what if. And if you think they clowned last year, oh, you might hang it up. They're gonna show up and show out. They're going to show up and they're going to show out. Now, and then Trump said, for those who are doing time for last year incident, he was like, he's thinking about, what do they call it when the people are locked up? The one that caught the cases. He is They say they say he's not thinking about it. Man, please. He said he was thinking about it. He didn't know what he was going to what do they call that thing? Oh, it's a word, immunity. Give them immunity. So yes, this is Nubula. Shalom. Yeah, shalom, Sister Monica. Insurrectionist. But I tell you what, no, Sister Monica, now hold on now. So let's check this out though. What do you think if 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 this inauguration does not happen? If they say, all right, look at you got all these felonies and this is the time that you're going to do. Who's pushing all that stuff? You know, it got to be a party that's working against him. They don't want this. Why they do not want him in office? That is not my business. But there is a strong desire for him not to be in office. But this is what's supposed to happen. If you want to talk about a division, you're looking at a division right now. You're looking at a very strong division. This division here is like this can be that one that can split your head open. What are you saying, Sister Cat? It sounds like he's losing his mind, wanting to take over Canada and Mexico and wanting to buy Iceland. Yeah. Now hold that now, sis. That's the thing. I mean, this is a division of a house that the Most High, I ain't gonna say a house, of a land that the Most High said he's going to judge. And if we're looking at the judgment, we're looking at the division, we're looking at all the strong possibilities of a destruction. We're looking at the strongest of possibles of major what ifs. Now we're talking about just by man's hands, but let's just talk about nature, like I discussed. You'll have the Sanhedrin I think it was not Sanhedrin. What is that thing? Mm, the East Coast, the West Coast fault line, and there's a Midwest fault line, Midrid fault line, and then we have Yellowstone. We talking about something that's let's hand that over to nature. Let's hand those three things over to nature. Now we still looking at the strong possibility of man's mind, his mindset. You got the Democrats and Republicans that are going toe to toe with one another. That's what you're looking at. So who are these people in the background making all of these moves, uh, making it difficult for this man who supposedly won the election? It's a party that does not want him in power. They're doing the same thing that the supporters of Trump did last year when they was upset about the election not last year, but the last election. We got so many what ifs, and the what ifs are very strong, powerful what ifs. And then at the same time, brothers and sisters, if we want to stay, let's just take this a little bit further now. Let's just take this what ifs a little bit further. What if all those things happen at one time? What if those two major fault lines hit the same day? And then with the one that's on the West Coast, let's just say that one hit, but it affected Yellowstone. Yellowstone ain't nothing but a volcano. That's like an atomic bomb waiting to, poof, blow its top. This nation is done with. It's done for. We have some strong, very strong what ifs that can possibly be played out, because the hatred that the Most High has for this nation, it runs very deep, and we cannot even imagine what type of destruction these nations are what type of what they're going to undergo. I don't think we can imagine that. We cannot imagine that. Let's just say, if we look at what happened to our forefathers back in 70 CE when the Romans came in, they said there was a catastrophe. History says that. But brothers and sisters, I ain't gonna say we're not dealing with history. We're dealing with the reality. The U.S. map. Wait a minute. All right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It will look different. It's gonna be totally different, because I'm looking at this as a pixie. Revelation, when the Most High said that it will be split in three parts. I can see that, but it seemed like one part have to go in the ocean. Now, I could be wrong. Now, I'm just saying. The world. So the world, 60 pixie dust. I'm going to tell you this, and I tell you, it's like we have to coming into this awakening. We have to take some things that we was taught that they claimed that was spiritual. No, we literally have to go with the Most High, what He says. And when the Most High Spirit tells you, oh, no, that's not no spiritual sense, because when they come up with the word spiritual Israel, these fools they literally trying to push us off the planet, push us out of existence. Hey, this is what the scripture said they're going to try to do anyway. So we have to literally take that sense of, they talk about spiritual Israel. We got to hand that over, because we still living right down to this very day. See, that's the thing. They want to put themselves there. Now they saying that they want to put themselves out. That ain't working for them. It's not working for them at all. And I know Jehovah's Witnesses are big on that. They big, oh, that's talking about spiritual Israel. Oh my goodness. Or if it's not spiritual Israel, that's in a spiritual sense. And I'd be like, explain spiritual sense. Explain that. They can't. But the Gentiles is the one who brought it to the churches, and they came up with it. And you keep saying something, you keep saying things for so long, you start to believe it. You would literally start to believe it. If you sit up and tell yourself a lie, you'll believe the lie. You will believe your own lies. And that's what this world is taught. That's what it taught itself. And, us and some people. But with this awakening, I tell you, it is a privilege to be woke. I remember, yes, it's been predicted. Wait a minute. Yes, it's been predicted. Cali, Vegas, we're going. Now you're right now. So I mean, they said that they've been saying that years ago. The Michigan, wait a minute, the state of Michigan will be under the Great Lakes. I didn't know that. I didn't know that about Michigan. Yeah, I didn't know that about Michigan. Shalom, Brother Robert. Yeah, but I knew about California, Vegas, and all that. Saying that, hey, it's going to go into the ocean. But this is going to be that judgment. It's going to be that judgment. And so my thing is this, though, brothers, because it's going to happen. This judgment is going to happen. And don't get me wrong, you do have brothers and sisters over there in my thing, and I know what the Most High would do. He just ain't going to leave you just to go into the ocean. No, you trust and believe. He's going to give you a strong jolt. It's time for you to get up out of there. And I don't care where you at. He's going to give you that strong jolt, whether he will shake that ground, whether he will send an angel, whether he will have somebody, hey, you need to get up out of there, something about to happen. You will get a warning. You're going to get that warning. Now, whether you want to believe it, that's going to be up on you. What's up, bro? All right, then. Yes. But this is what we had, brothers. We're going to get a warning. We're going to get that warning. And I would say this to any brother, any sisters out there. And when it gets to that time, please be paying attention. Please pay attention. How we going to get this? How we going to get this, and which way it's going to come in at? That remains to be seen. But we do know that when it's all over said and done, you're going to get that warning. You're going to get it. And you will not, you cannot sit, you will not be able, you're not going to have that privilege where you said, well, I didn't know. Because the Most High knows how to save his people. He knows how to warn his people. We all will get some type of warning, no matter where you at. Because like I'm in the Midwest. And the same thing. Cause now when they did for the Midwest, when they did what do they call those things? When they do like 3D mapping of what land's supposed to be up on the water. Yeah, that little town where I'm from, they're showing it's going to be up on the water, period. Off the top, it's like it's only a small portion of Arkansas that will be left. That's what it shows. I remember some years ago when I was living in Chicago, we had, some years ago, early 2000s, um, there was an earthquake that hit in that same area. And it hit, and it was felt all the way in Chicago. And I lived on the 21st floor. And, I went and lived on the high rise just to get a feel for how to live high and everything. And then I just thought to myself, that man, it's best that me and my son get out of here. It's time for me to get about this high rise. And so, I moved on out of there, came on back down to earth. But we're going to get it, brothers and sisters. We're going to get it. Now, wait a minute. Yeah, all righty. We're going to get that warning. We got a lot. It's a lot. And the thing about it is, brothers, is this. We do have a lot to contend with. We have so much, let's just say, information. And let's hand it over to 50-50. 50% of it is just downright unnecessary nonsense. 50% of it could be true. But we still will have to have a mind to listen, to have discernment, and knowing when you need to get up and get out. And that's going to be your life-saving mission, is your discernment. If you do not maintain, or if you do not have discernment, you can find yourself getting hemmed up very badly. Very badly. Yes, you can. I tell you, hold on, let me see something. Open this, let me see. That's how we can get we brother, when it's all over said and done. This is a saving mission from the Most High. Who is he warning? He told us out of our book that, hey, you all go get disciplined. He said, there's nothing against you, Israel, from coming out of that 400-year captivity, but your forefathers, those people, they did a totally disrespectful. They just flat out disrespected me, and I had to turn my back on them. I had to literally turn my back on those people, my people, to which I love very deeply. But I had to show I had to show how hurt I was with Israel. But I knew you people will come back and show your respect, your love, your trust in me. Because I had to rip it away from you for your forefathers to understand who I am and how I am represented by you. You all was all in want. You did not know who you was until I woke you up. And when I woke you up, you came to life. You started to breathe. You started to stand strong. And you doing everything I wanted my people to do then. You're that generation who's doing it. And I think that's very mind-blowing to me. And I know you brothers and sisters heard me talk about that plenty of times. But the Most High already, he talked about us in the beginning. He talked about us in the beginning. And if we would have known that We was the people he was talking about to Abraham, that this is going to be that generation that's going to listen to me. It's going to be that generation who's going to be praying in behalf of their forefathers' action and asking for forgiveness of their sins, which they had to undergo because of their action. We had to be our forefathers, our fathers and mothers hanging from trees. Little bitty babies throwing the alligators. Whoo! How the Most High went in and had this laid out along with this awakening in the last days. We was out there believing that these people that's calling themselves Israel, these people calling themselves us, are not nowhere close to being us, and that we are those people. We took that with not just with a grain of salt. No, it wasn't with a grain of you all see that logo. You see all those different spices. We took on every spice in the world when we found out that we was Israel. And we based all of that on scriptures, and we claimed it. You ain't never seen a nation on this planet, brothers and sisters, that woke up like the way we did. You have never seen another nation on this planet that went into the scriptures, understood the scriptures, and said, this is us. And we claimed it. We claimed it with a passion that is unbelievable. Until you got to the world said, hey, these black Hebrew Israelites is on the rise. This is what they saying. Why are we on the rise? Because the Most High knew, once I wake my people up, they're going to be woke. They've been trodden down. And Judah go wake up swinging. And Judah did just that. When brothers stand tall, brothers and sisters, we may have different camps out there. You have different, you got brothers over here, you got brothers over there, you got brothers up there, over here. Granted, hand it over to the Most High with this awakening. For those, the Most High, he knows exactly who you need to discipline and things of that nature. But let's just stick with this awakening and how brothers and sisters are awakening up. I can't sit here and say these brothers and sisters are condemned because they believe this. The Most High know exactly. He know exactly how he needs to go in and correct anything about Israel. Did he not say that the time is going to come where he's going to put his laws in our hearts and that no one will have to teach you? He said that. And when that happened, no, brothers, I'm not too much bent upon when things, I'm gonna say it this way. When you have brothers and sisters going off on a deep end, I mean, and see this is where choosing your association, yeah, discernment is going to be needed, because not all awakenings are of Yah. Anybody can sit up and say they woke, and can be demonically asleep, demonically whatever. You still need discernment, brothers and sisters, especially during this time, because the deceiving is for the world too, but it's mainly for you. It's mainly to fool you. Off the top, we was warned about that. We was warned, hey, now it's you. Now the world can sit here and say, oh, it's not about you. Y'all always say y'all don't deal with the politics. That's true, we don't. We do not. But when it's all over said and done, trust and believe, your actions got something to do with these people that you claim are just Negroes. They very well know you more than just a Negro. Even Hitler said that. He said, yeah, they know they have God's people. Syria, a couple of years ago, all on TV. Those people that saying that they're the people, no, they're not. Iran is opening up their books. Iran is opening up their books. They doing the same thing Russia did. They open up their books. Now, this is the thing, brothers and sisters. They had those books for years. They knew who we were. And granted, I'm just throwing out. I'm gonna throw out both scenarios. You had these books. Why didn't you say anything years ago? And let's go to like Iran. Let's go to Russia too. You know. And at the same time, hey, let's just say the Most High did not want it to be known then. But now things are hitting the fan now. They want the world to know, hey, these people are not the people of the book. Now the world is like, wait a minute, they got a side eye. Wait a minute, hold on, Slippery Slim. You said you all are these people, but they got books and history books that proves that these people are the people of the book, and you keep saying that you are a holy nation. Who are you? Who are you? Yeah, you can sit there and call yourself and put Yah whatever in your name, but who are you? And if you go in there and you look at some of these people that calling themselves the people, especially one of the main rulers of that so-called nation, his great-great-grandfather last name is some totally of the name that he got. He named him. He changed his name to that. It ain't something that he got from a biblical Netanyahu. No, go back and look at his last name. When did he take up that name? It ain't gonna go back no 2,000 years. The world is out there. The world is showing you who they are. Did not the Most High say, "What was done in the darkness shall come to the light"? I'm telling you, brother. These little so-called minor scriptures, they throwing hard punches. They're throwing hard punches, and you don't find a whole lot of I'm gonna say black churches now fighting back as much as they used to do. If you look at it, their strength, their arguments are getting weaker. They're getting weaker. I mean, boom, boom, until eventually it's going to come to a point where, like, wait a minute, y'all been lying. My younger brother, he be up there in the room, he be yelling and hollering and everything at the people he's talking to about the Bible. Shalom, brother AJ. And you know, when I look back at it, I did the same thing. And there was a whole lot of other brothers that did the same thing. I don't know what it is or with this awakening. And I'm going to just ask a lot of you brothers and sisters out there, when you found out that when your awakening, Were you also upset? Did you have a little, I ain't gonna say a little, did you have a little anger about yourself when you found out that you or we are the people of the scriptures? Because I mean, I ran into some other brothers and some other sisters, and they were like, yeah, I mean, I was upset, but, as time went on, we, you know, calmed down. We don't, I mean, at least I don't be getting into no serious argument with people no more about the scriptures now. I don't. I mean, it came to a point I know exactly what I'm talking about. It ain't the fact that I did not know then, because I was using some plain scriptures just to get a point across. But this is what we are really seeing. We're seeing old pages. Yes, Sister Kathy, yeah, I know. I did. You know, I was on the phone with one brother. We were going back for 2 or 3 hours. But don't get me wrong. That brother named Sylvester. And he was shocked though. I mean, truthfully, all I left with him was seeds. And I never forget. And I said, when he read the scripture, he was like, Sylvester's older. I think Sylvester got to be pushing 70 years old. But anyway, we was talking, and he was like, "Wait a minute, Mike. Where you get this scripture from?" I'm like, "Brother, ain't you talk like I wrote it, like I penned it in the Bible?" Because he was shocked. He said he never read the scripture before. He never read it. And then we went into Deuteronomy chapter 28. His mouth was just open. Listen to me. At 70 years old, he once served as an elder in the congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, a presiding overseer, and he was absolutely just floored what he was reading out of the Bible. Mike, wait, hold on, Mike, hold on. Where's you getting this from? I'm like, brother, you got the Bible? And he was just, hold on. He was like, hold on, Mike, hold on. He said, man, you're laying too much down on me. I said, brother, we talking about one scripture. What is I'm laying down on you? Until it got to a point, he said, hold on, Mike. I have never seen this before. And I've been around the truth all my life. Now, mind you, when I said the truth, he's been around the truth all his life, and he never seen these scriptures. And you know what? I felt the same way with him. I knew of Deuteronomy chapter 28 being in the Bible. But understand, I mean, just reading it, no. It just shows you the power of the Most High. When he don't want you to be woke, you ain't gonna understand nothing that you read. You can read it until you blue in the face. But when he opened up his heart to your heart for you to understand, outside of that, you will be just reading the scriptures. Did he not tell Daniel to seal up the book until the time of the end? If he told, if once he told him that, I don't care who went through that Bible. A Gentile can go in there and talk about, oh yeah, this is what it's talking about, and so and so. He lying. He lying. The Gentile is lying. And that's what they did. They went into that book, start opening up these churches, and saying, this is what the scripture means. This is what that scripture means. Everything I have been taught, I gotta throw it to the side. Now I ain't gonna say everything. But when it comes down to the book of Revelation, the book of Daniel, oh yes, I got to see what the brother's talking about. And once you understand, the Most High is not going to jump over his people. He's going to give his people the understanding of the book that they are closely that they are related to, not the nation. He's not a disrespectful Elohim. Understand that and believe that. What makes you think that he's still going to leave you in captivity when it comes to understanding the scriptures, Israel? He's going to go through his people. He's going to find his people, that person who can understand and explain his direction, his rules, regulations, his scriptures for his people. He's not going to use it. Show me in the scriptures where he says he's going to use another nation to teach us. Israel. Show me a scripture in the Bible that he said he's going to use other people outside of Israel to teach Israel. I am absolutely waiting on that scripture right now. Because we gonna have to get right in our heads. We're gonna have to start trusting our brothers and sisters, and at the same time asking the Most High for discernment. Just because all skin folks are not kin folks, we gonna have to always rely upon the Most High. But he's still going to use his people to explain for those that has that gift. That's what the Most High is going to use, those who got that gift to what he needs to happen. And we all got different gifts. But this is one thing about the Most High. His spirit is going to blend with that person's spirit, whom he chooses to explain this particular scripture or that particular scripture. And for the listeners, you will know, and the truth will set you free. Understand that. You will know the truth, and it will set you free. Free from what? Free from misunderstanding. You will know it is the truth, because it's the Most High Spirit who is blending his spirit with you. Hey, this is true. Jehovah's Witnesses always say, they say this, that they are the truth. It's with a true religion. Just like any other religion can say the same thing. It's one thing about Israel we do not do. We never once said we was the true religion. Never, never. We never once said that. I have never seen a brother get on there and say we are the true religion. The one thing they did say, we're the true people. I mean, yeah, we got to go with that because the scriptures support that. But we never associated ourselves with a religion. Religion got started with the Gentiles. Our worship is a culture. It's our way of life. All religions say that, sister. All I'm saying. And see, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm quite sure you all will agree that they have a measure of truth, but they dominate in the lie. They dominate in the lie. That brother Truth Unedited, he's slapping Christians he's slapping them in the mouth like it ain't no. He's swelling their lips up. Yeah, they upset at him. Those Christians are highly upset at him. Then you got that what's that Carson guy? So many people. I don't know. Some of them may be like Paul. Let me just say that. Paul was he was for the laws, and he was out there killing Israelites who's believing in Yahusha. And then, but the Most High they seen something good in him. He had a zeal. He had a zeal for the laws, but he was still misguided. So what did the Most High do? Mm-mm. He didn't kill him. No, the Most High did not kill him. Mm-mm. He took his desires and made him a disciple. When he woke up, now his awakening was on that road to, I think he was on his way to Damascus. That's when he awakened to his true responsibility. That was his awakening. And when he realized that, that was like he changed at the drop. He changed literally at the drop of a dime. Supporting the scribes and the Pharisees, Paul flipped on them real quick. And what happened? They got heated at him. I mean, you want to talk about an intense hatred? They had an intense hatred, just like a lot of you brothers and sisters can understand right down to this very day when you woke up as Israel. Your family came off on you and your friends with some heat. They had a deep-seated hatred against you for waking up. A younger brother said the same thing. He said, "Man, Mike, all my friends they upset at me, bro." I'm like, "Man, that's scripture. That's scripture." When we was reading those scriptures, when we was in religion, those scriptures didn't affect us. Cause man, you were like, "Man, my mama and my daddy, we all Christian. We good. Well, we ain't gonna be doing no hating on nobody." At least that's what we thought. And then when reality kicked in, the awakening started to happen. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh yeah. And now granted and it's something. When I go back and I think about my life and I look at the stuff that I've seen and things of that nature and I witnessed, I ran up on this one sister and she was talking about her religion. And she told me that she was a Hebrew. And it was like early 2000s. And she said, we somewhat like Jehovah's Witnesses, but we different. That's what she was explaining to me. And I'm like, why? She said, we don't celebrate none of the holidays. None. But the only thing about it, we are the people of the book. And, and that was the Most High. When I go back and I look at it, I say, the Most High was calling me way back then. Oh, yeah, it's going to get smaller and smaller, sister. You know what? It's going to get smaller and smaller. Because to a degree, I think it's going to get smaller and smaller. But what I seriously believe, Sister Kathy, one day it's going to explode. It's going to explode. The Most High, he said he has damaged his people Israel, and he said he's the only one that can cure us. So I'm just looking at it like this, sister. This is just me. I would take that great falling away. That great falling away. I cannot right now in my spirit. I just cannot hand that over to Israel. Israel falling away. I don't see that. How can we fall away? And we didn't know who we were. So my reasoning on that scripture of this great falling away, I have to attribute that to us falling away from false religion. It's something sister, I seriously believe this, and I could be wrong. Now, if you brothers and sisters have scriptures to prove me wrong, I'm willing to listen to it. I'm serious. I am absolutely willing to listen, learn, and see your point of view. But going in the direction that I'm seeing it is that great falling away, I do not see that being applied to Israel. We already are. Just with this, I mean, you got to call it a small awakening. We very small, very small. But when the Most High said that there's going to be a great falling away, I'm looking at us falling from Christendom, Islam, any and all religion. Israel is coming out. That's how I see that. That's a great falling away. That's how I see that. Now, I have not seen any other scriptures to say anything different. One brother told me that's talking about Israel. I said, brother, that cannot be talking about Israel. We're not great. The great is religion. Where are we located at? We're in captivity. We are in religion. That would have to be the great falling away. But Christendom teaches us that you're going to have people falling away from this religion or that religion. Like especially Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh, you're going to have people falling away from Jehovah's Witnesses and going into the world. That's what they teach. That people will be falling away from being a Jehovah's Witness and going over to different other religions. Shalom, Sister Giovanna. So that's how I would take the scripture, that great falling away. That's how I attribute those scriptures to world religion. Now, if there is another scripture out there, brothers and sisters, please share that scripture with me, because right now our family is very small with this awakening. But now I seriously believe there's going to be a greater awakening, and there's going to be a great falling away in order for that awakening to happen. That's how I would take it. Right now, yeah, we're going through some things. We're dealing with the hatred of family members and of friends. We are, but we got to go through those things. Many are called. Few are chosen, Israel. And don't get me wrong on that now. I seen some brothers wake up as Israel, talked about it, fought about it, and then they drifted away, saying they no longer in the faith. I have seen it. It's very few now. But I've seen some brothers come in and being very adamant about it, and then they just start saying, "Hey, I don't believe the Bible." But then when you listen, because one of the brothers, he was into it, and I just listened to I ain't gonna say I just listened to it. It was a while ago, and I was like, man, I mean, he had a whole dressed in white and everything, and he started questioning the scriptures. But then I was waiting for it to happen, and he did just what I thought he was going to do. He spoke about other books outside the Bible that spoke against the Bible. Brothers and sisters, when I tell you, I don't dibble too much outside of the Bible. I know the dangers that's outside of the Bible. It's like if you dip, it's like you when you dip outside the scriptures, you have the wolves out there. You have the wolves. When I say I'm not a big fan of books outside the Bible, I mean I am not a big fan about books outside the Bible. And I do not entertain myself. Oh, this book was written before the Bible. I don't care if it was written before the Bible. I do not. Whatever that book got going on, that's whatever y'all got going on, they do it. You want to talk about Egypt and all that stuff? I don't. You know what? You're right, brother. Nubila. I can't. I'm trying to get your name. Lo Turo. I mean, I'm gonna go with Nubila. I believe the lust of the flesh drives them away. They still hold the truth in their heart. They're just not patient with them. Now, you know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. That is an absolutely good point. But at the same time, I'm trying to figure out you're a brother or a sister. I mean, I'm just looking at your name. I don't know how to do it. All righty. But I'm gonna say this: the patience. The patience is one thing, but it's the dibbling and dabbling in the books outside the Bible that can be the danger. All righty. It's from what this brother was talking about. See, now I'm gonna say it this way, brother. Let me go back and do it this way. You know, you heard brothers out there saying that the Most High said He's a terrible Elohim and all that stuff, that He causes the wicked and all that, and that Hashatan is, I'm not going to say that the Most High is a terrible Elohim. No, I can't say that. Because let me tell you something. If He was so terrible, if He is this terrible Elohim, when the Most High said He felt regret from His heart that He created man, but yet and still man lives on. Somebody ain't terrible. Hurt? Yes. Terrible? No. Now, when I say this, brothers, I'm looking at when the Most High says these things, He's saying truthfully, what He's saying is He's taking responsibility for His creation. That's all He's saying, brothers and sisters. Whatever Hashatan is doing, the Most High is taking responsibility for that. When He say He causes that, He's taking responsibilities for the death of Job's kids that Hashatan took out. He's taking responsibility for that. Whatever these demons are doing, He's taking responsibility for that, because He's also looking at them, and they know they go end up in His judgment hands when it's all over said and done. He is the Almighty Elohim. He's the Creator. So when brothers and sisters say, "Oh, yeah, He's a terrible God. He causes this, He causes that," and then some of the brothers and sisters taking that too far, because they saying, "Hey, Satan works for the Most High." Hold on. He does not work for the Most High. He was not created to work against the Most High. And that's what some of the brothers and sisters out here are alluding to when they go to these scriptures. Yeah, it takes prayer to the Most High. If He's so terrible, why are you still living? Why is He waking up His people Israel? He's nowhere close to being terrible. We're taking not an understanding. We literally taking things and not really applying them to how they should be applied. Look at your life. Look at what the Most High said. He felt regret for creating man, because man has ruined himself on the earth. And who ruined man? Started with those creatures first. His angels. The free will he gave his creatures. And with that free will, they chose to go against the Most High, their creator. And he took responsibility for that. That's all the Most High did. It's just like, let's just say, Sister Pixie Dust. She has a son. And he did something that in the neighborhood, and it brought an embarrassment to her household. Her and her husband said, "You know what? We are so sorry for his action," but they go feel it. They're gonna literally not necessarily say they go take the responsibility of what he did, but truthfully, they are. They apologizing to the neighbors of what their son did. And however they're going to discipline him, so be it. They're going to do that. The Most High is doing the same thing. He's just taking, all right, they did that. I'm going to take responsibility for that. I'm going to take responsibility. And that's all the Most High is saying. I cannot call him a terrible Elohim or a terrible creator. My spirit does not go, it does not go down that road. I do see the hurt of the Most High. And who did all the hurt? The majority of the hurt? Well, the first hurt was mankind, period. It wasn't Israel. That was mankind that did that, along with some wicked angels. But the majority of the hurt was these people that he went through these bloodlines. He was certain, he was formulating where he wanted to go through. And then he found Abraham and Sarah. And here we come. We're the ones who brought majority of the hurt to the Most High Israel. And for us to sit up and say that he's a terrible God, no. I don't think we should be saying that. We need to come to an understanding of who he really is and what he's really taken up. What responsibility is he taking up? That he's taking and say, hey, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. I am responsible. I will take the action of the devil, and I'm going to make it. I'm going to make good on it. Yes, he's causing a lot of hate. He's causing a lot of damage. But trust and believe, I'm going to take care of him. I allowed him to live. I'm allowing him to do what he thinks he needs to do. Because he can never cut short my holy hands. He can never take away my people. If I want my people to go into non-existence, I don't need him to do it. He is nowhere close to being a terrible God, a terrible creator. We just cannot, in a right mind, say that he is. Now, taking up the saying he's responsible, taking up responsibility. He's taking up the accountability of his creatures. Yes, he knows that when it's all over said and done, if Satan created a race of people, the Most High is taking credit for that. Because he knows for a fact when it's all over said and done, I'm the creator. I'm not a creature. I am the creator. Everybody. I don't care who it is. If you create it, trust and believe, it's going to lead back to the Most High. He was never created. The only being in existence that never had a beginning and who would never have an end is the Most High. I want to call it terrible. I call it a blessing to know who he is. It is absolutely a blessing to know who he is. And it's a privilege to be up under his guidance. And for me to call him terrible, my spirit does not ride that way. It does not. The terrible thing that's happening in this world, the Most High say he's going to straighten it out, and he's going to take responsibility for it. He's the only person in creation that said he's taking responsibility for it. Even Hashatan is not taking responsibility. He's not even trying to own up to it. He never worked for the Most High. He's just doing things in opposition to him. Just like what's it say? Nimrod. He was in opposition of the Most High. That's Nimrod. He did not like the Most High. When they call themselves shooting arrows into the sky, trying to kill the Most High. And the arrows came back down with blood tips on. Fool, do you really truly think that you can take the Most High out who created you? The only person that's going to sit up here and push something out is that type of thinking. It's demons. They even shudder when they hear the Most High's name. Why do the demons shudder, Israel? Because they know of the judgment that lies in wait for them. They do not have a future. This darkness, non-existence. That's why they shudder. They took their free will and went contrary to the Most High. If you want to talk about love, that's who the Most High is. That's who he is. The terribleness, no. I mean, I cannot do that one. I cannot do it. And as to this this great falling away, I seriously believe that's going to be that of this world, of Israel falling away from wood and stone worship. That's who it's going. That's how I understand that script. Those scriptures, well, that scripture of that great falling away, and then that's how I see that. We're small among the nations, and that remains to be true. That remains to be true. But that when it's all over said and done, brothers, and as we see these days come by and just flow by, you got things happening. We want to. I run into so many. Well, I ain't gonna say why I run. I do. With different brothers with different understandings and things, but I hope that it, that we do not get bogged down to saying who's right, who's wrong. Because when it's all over said and done, it's going to be the Most High who's going to clarify everything. Because the scripture still remains, and there's a prophecy. The Most High says he's going to put into all of his people's minds, to know these laws. You're going to know exactly what you should do. Nobody will teach you. The Most High says he's going to put it into our hearts. That's the one. And at the same time, when he put it in our hearts, we still going to have free will. You still going to have free will. Free will never be taken away from you. It's always going to be with you. Because that free will it's going to determine whether you're going to live or you're going to cut your own life short. It won't be the Most High who will cut you short. You will literally cut your own self short because of free will. You cannot say that the Most High did this to you. When you have free will and the Most High give you all his rules and regulations, when you choose to go contrary to the law, you literally are condemning yourself when it's all over said and done, brothers and sisters, with free will. Because the world right now, that's what they want. They want the ability to choose for themselves how they live their lives. That's what they want. Well, yeah, I mean, granted, the Most High says He's going to wake His people up, but then you're going to have some of us who want to live contrary to law. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm not going to sit up and think I'm going to fool myself that it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. You got individuals that's going to be sinning. But we love one another. I don't care how deep you think your love go. But the law says this. You cannot be joined, Johnny and Paul, together. It's a misguided love. That's a lust. The Most High is not going to bow down to that. He's not. He has His laws. But with free will, that free will, like I said, brothers and sisters, it's going to determine whether you're going to live or you're going to die. Period. We can never, on a good day, think we're going to supersede the Most High. He showed His hands. He has laws that speaks against certain actions of the human family. That's what He has done. In the time, in the days, we're here. It's easy to sit here and say, what you ain't gonna do and what you want to do. It's easy to say that right now. Very easy to say. But when the Most High stands up, yeah, I want to see how bold, how stern they will be then. Because now everybody gonna fall down in worship and call it fear. Okay, we did it when Moses gathered Israel together, and the Most High started talking. What did Israel do? They fell down to the ground, to the face to the ground, and they started crying and yelling, "Moses, you speak to us. You speak to us, Moses, not the Most High." This was Israel. This was not the world now. This was Israel that broke down and started crying. They did not want to hear the Most High. His voice was fearful enough. His voice was that fearful, Israel. Shh, come on. This is real. This is real. The Most High is real. Days are coming. And He said, this is not Israel, they will have to know that I have always loved you. If that is not, how can we say that's a terrible God or a terrible Elohim or a terrible creator when He states that about Israel? How is that a terrible God? They will have to know that I have always loved you. Had to discipline you, but love you. That's how He lays it right back down on Israel. But they said he got to let the world, he got to let the world know. He said the world will have to know. He's deeming it necessary for the world to know His love for you, Israel. This is what he's saying for you. For you. You ones who've been slapped around, trampled upon, mistreated, called out your name. This is what he said he has to do for you, for the world to know. If you want to put somebody on a pedestal, can we say that? Can we say this is what the Most High is doing? Is he literally saying, I'm going to put you on a pedestal. I'm going to have to let the world know that I have always loved you. They read me and taught that I done away with you. He said they're going to have to know I didn't. They're going to know I have always loved you. But I had to discipline you because of your forefathers. Whether they understand that or not, I don't think there's going to be a big issue with them, but they're going to recognize one thing. The Most High spoke for these people. And you cannot go any higher with that. If you want to talk about having a sponsor, a good sponsor, to boost your brand. Now check this out though. The brand of the Most High is Israel. He's sponsoring us, Israel, in his right hand. That's all the Most High is saying about us. He's going to sponsor us before the world. He has taken a people that is least of all people that they have trampled, and he raising them up, lifting them up above the world, and letting the world know what he has felt about his chosen people. And these people that is of that 400 years is what he's been waiting for. Listen, when I say waiting, the Most High knew we were going through. He went through time. We went through. I mean, you started off with from Abraham and Sarah, those two, and we get down to what? What is this? 2020. All right, 2025. We went down through history, ups and downs, bumps and bruises. Jacob's trouble, 70 CE, terrible. We went into a tribulation from 70 CE up until the end of that 400-year track. We went through it, Israel. And the Most High said, these people here, I love them. They're waking up. I know I have damaged my people, but you may have these people over here. You got these people over here. They may have a little different understanding, but they're doing exactly what I want them to do. They coming to appreciate who I am. They may be a little bit misguided biblically, but he already got a solution for that. I'm going to put my rules and regulations in their hearts. No one will have to teach them. Debates, because they will understand one another. These are my people. That's who the Most High is to me, Israel. I don't see anything terrible about that. Demon, that's a different story. The Most High, no. The destruction of nations and countries and things, even if the Most High did it, that's still not terrible. That's called judgment. Listen to me, Israel. Did not the Most High did the same thing to us? Did he not discipline his people throughout the time we became a nation? When Israel got out of pocket, wait a minute, let's break it back down. Let's go back to Moses. The Most High was about to take Moses' life because he did not abide by one of the rules and regulations of circumcision for his son. The Most High was about to take his life. The Most High is all about being obedient. But his wife took care of it. She seen what's happening. Boom, she went and circumcised her son real quick to save Moses' life. The Most High is about his rules and regulations and being obedient in Israel. Now, granted, it would appear or it would seem that being in this particular family, some would think that's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. You're talking about being a priestly tribe to the Most High, a holy nation. But hey, you was born into it. You were born into it. And it's the responsibility, not just even in biblical times. It's a responsibility up to this very time, this very hour, this very second. We are up under those laws. Israel know for a fact we can't go out there and just marry people outside the nation. We do the best to find a Hebrew sister, because you just can't be saying, "Are you Hebrew?" You know, you got to do some type of investigation nowadays. Find them, are you a descendant of slaves or something? But we do know for a fact we just can't be hopping in and out of other nations. Some, they have done it. Me, my conscience don't allow me to do that. It does not. Some, they want to go and say the Mexicans are this here. All right. I mean, let's go be between you and the Most High. Now, for your brothers and sisters that knows this, Israel did that once before. And they was marrying foreign women, having babies and things. The Most High got upset at that. And he said, "Oh, I'll tell you what. Send them all away." That's what he told them. Israel had to go in there and get those foreign women and those kids, and they sent them away. That's what the Most High said. Now, let's not get it twisted, Israel. The Most High can do the same thing. He can do the same thing. The Most High is seeing things that we can't see. He see that bloodline. He see a corruption of a bloodline. He see the Neanderthal in their bloodline. He knows exactly what's in bloodlines, Israel. When he told, who was that? Who was the king before David? Was it Samuel Saul? The king before David. And he was ordered by the Most High to kill everybody. Yes, he did. You're right, Sister Kathy. But he was, this particular king, was it Samuel or Saul? Anyway, he was ordered to take everybody out. He was supposed to, everybody in that nation was supposed to be killed, dead. He did. He kept one of the kings alive or something. And he was reasoning this and reasoning that. And the prophet was like, "No, you Saul." Thanks a lot, Sister Kathy. Saul. But he kept him alive. So that there was a disobedience to the Most High. And so that's how he lost his kingship. The Most High was upset at him. When he tell his people to do something, you may not see the big picture. He already knows the big picture. It's all about obedience. It's all about obedience. Now, there was times where Moses and who was the Moabites, matter of fact, it was the Moabites. That's what it was. But the order that the Most High given Moses was, hey, go in there. The fact that they tricked Israel. The Moabites did, because Balaam was sent there to curse Israel. That's what he was sent there for. But he didn't. But what they did do, these women were sacrificing their meats to their gods for going over there, and they started sleeping in the bed with these women. But they eat meat that had been sacrificed to their God, to which they tricked Israel. Israel allowed themselves to be tricked. That's what Israel did. They put themselves in a position to be tricked by those women, which brought on judgment from the Most High against Israel. And it was like, I think it was like 25,000, because Eleazar seen one of the soldiers coming in camp with a foreign woman, and went in the camp, and he been intimate with this one. He took that spirit, went through that man, went through his brother into that woman's stomach. Both of them died. And that right there slowed the Most High anger down against Israel. So once that plague died down, the Most High told Moses, go on into the Moab, kill them, kill the women that are not virgin. Now, for the young ones and the virgins, keep them alive. That's what the Most High said to Moses, and give them to Israel. And that's what they did. But the women that was married, who was not virgin, they was put to death. And that's a judgment from the Most High. It's all about us being obedient, Israel, when it's all over said and done. And it may sound cruel, but we got to look at it. There's going to be some things we're not going to understand. We're going to have to hand it over to the Most High, to his understanding, because he sees everything. He knows all. When he told David to go in there and to do away with certain nations, it was a legitimate reason why he was going there and doing it. The Horites do not have a bloodline to Noah nor his 3 sons. Where do they come from? That's the question. Where do they come from? So when we get these, when the Most High asks us to do something, brothers and sisters, it's for our benefit. Trust in the Most High. He's not a terrible God. He's not a terrible creator. He's not. He is one of the most loving Elohim that we're going to have. There's a lot of guys on this planet. There's only one true creator. 1 John 4:8. Yah is love. And on that note, brothers and sisters, I'm going to lead you all on that. Our Elohim is not terrible. He's not terrible at all. It does not cause wicked. Man, the devil, they did that. They did that. And that's truthfully how we have to land it down. The Most High just taking responsibility for it, because he is the creator of all things. And whatever they choose to do with their hands, he still takes responsibility for it, because he's going to make a judgment and he's going to render judgment. You brothers and sisters, be safe out there. Keep your head on the swivel. And I hope to be back tomorrow. And let's be safe. Pray for one another. And with that, I will say shalom.